Rhythm. Another one.
When you hear this one, it's serious.
Larruso, your beat that kid on this. If you love dancehall, if you love dancehall, you have to give them.
Beats, Grape Production.
Stand up, people.
We have to give them. Rude dancehall, we are give them. Fire can cool, we have to give them. Fire can cool, you know. I got to represent, you know. Give them. Rude dancehall, we are give them. Fire can cool, we have to give them. Fire can cool, you know. I got to represent, you know. Give them. If it is a dance, you a dance, yo. Give them. If it is a fire, you a blaze, boy. Give them. If it is a school, you a look on. Give them. Give them. Give them. Give them. Give them. If it is a dance, you a dance, boy. Give them. If it is a blaze, you a blaze, yo. If it is a school, you a look on. Give them. Give them. Give them. We have to give them. Rude dancehall, we a give them. Fire can cool, we have to give them. Fire can cool, you know. I got to represent, you know. Give them. Rude dancehall, we a give them. Fire can cool, we have to give them. Fire can cool, you know. I got to represent, you know. Give them. You know, see how me I give it to them. Afrobeat too much, you have to give me reason.
Welcome to Food Paradise. I'm Chippin, and on today's show, I'm not the one cooking. We have a guest, and her name is
April Mensa!
Okay, so Ifwa, what we cooking today?
Today we are cooking one of my party favorites, and that is street Chinchinga.
Oh yeah, so you all know what time it is?
Yes, I can speak the language, because I know some of you are like, what? No, she can't speak that. Yes, I can. I just did.
It's about to go down. Now let's get
Down.
Let's get cooking.
Dancehall, raga, we a give them, give them. We not want pretend. Hey yo, DJ, give me bad rhythm. Say oh me a bust it up and everybody feeling. We have to give them. Rude dancehall, we a give them. Fire can cool, we have to give them. Fire can.
What's up, everybody? I'm back on Chippin's channel. I apologize. It's been a long day with the kids, long day celebrating and trying to get ready for the holiday season, because as far as I'm concerned, Christmas starts today. So I said, you know what? I want to make kebabs today. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to show you guys how I do it. It's a recipe I got from my mother. And hopefully you guys enjoy it. So pretty much we got your goat meat. You can use beef. Usually if you get like the rump roast or something, you can get like one slab of that. That should be fine. We're gonna season it, let it marinate for a little bit, not too long. So we got our sea salt. I prefer sea salt because it's supposed to be healthier. We got your seasoned salt, got your adobo, garlic powder. We're going to cut these onions. Almost forgot, you need your Suya spice, but this we're going to add on in a little bit. So hang tight. In it. First, we're gonna put some more salt. So, seasoned salt. We got our seasoned salt. I'm just putting that on enough. I don't really use calculations, so kind of like, you know, the last video, we just kind of go until, you know, our ancestors say no. So next I'm adding the adobo all-purpose seasoning. This is like the holy grail when it comes to my meals. And then finally, just a little garlic powder. Alright, to make sure they're all mixed together. So Chip normally likes to like put his hands all in it. I usually just do this, and then I do another round of the seasoning. I know, it's crazy, but not that much this time. Just want to make sure that everything is well seasoned, nicely coated. I really like to make sure there's a lot of bursts of flavor in my dishes, so I don't hold back when it comes to the seasoning. And so far, I haven't sent anyone to the hospital, so we're just gonna go with it. That was a joke, I promise. All right.
I've been in the hospital a couple of times.
So every time I'm marinating anything, no matter what, I always put plastic wrap on, just to make sure, you know, keep it protected. Some people like to marinate it in the fridge. For this, because I'm not really marinating it for a long time, I'm just gonna leave it out.
Raga, we are give them. We now want pretend. Hey yo, DJ, give me bad rhythm, say oh me a boss.
All right, so while the meat's marinating, you can start prepping your your vegetables that you're going to use on the skewer. Okay, so right now I'm gonna cut the green pepper. Now the gardener in me is so tempted to save the seeds, but it's okay. We'll let that slide for today. Down and pretty much kind of cut them into almost like bite sizes. Make it easier for us to skew it. And kind of just set it off to the side. Repeat.
Rude and salt, we are give them. Fag and cool, we have to give them. Fag and
This is gonna be how we make street chinchinga. Yes, that's right, I can speak the language.
read him. Another one.
When you hear this one, it's serious.
Larruso, your beat.
Okay everyone, so we have finished prepping our veggies. We got our assortment of bell peppers. We got the red onions. I prefer cooking with this because I feel like they're a bit more savory. I just prefer the red onions to the sweet onions. We got your grape tomatoes here. I have a little bit of onions here for garnishment. And then we got our sweet heat and our jalapenos.
From the garden.
Fresh from the garden. Put aluminum foil on the oven rack. Basically what we're doing is we're gonna grill these, but we're gonna set the oven to broil. Just make sure that you cover the whole rack, or that you cover the entire rack as best as you can. You don't want any issues with the juices from the meat to drip down. And we're gonna set the oven to low broil. Oh, it wants me to shut the door. Okay, let's try it again. All right. So while that's preheating, we're gonna start stewing some kebabs. There's no rhyme or reason to how it should be stewed.
Rude and salt, we are give them. Fag and cool, we have to give them. Fag and cool, you know.
A little bit of olive oil into one bowl. And then we have our suya powder in another one. This is the fun part. We're gonna start skewing. For this part, you can pretty much just, you know, let your imagination run wild. I prefer putting a lot of onions on mine. So this is just the method or the pattern that I use.
You know, I got to represent, you know. Give them. Rude and salt, we are give them. Fag and cool, we have to give them. Fag and cool, you know. I got to represent, you know. Give them. If it is a dance, you are dance, yo. Give them. If it is a fire, you are blaze, boy. Give them. If it is a school, you are look on. Give them. Give them. Give them. Give them. Give them. If it is a dance, you are.
Okay, so as you can see, we have prepped some of our kebabs. We still have some meat and leftover, so we'll get to that in a minute, but we're gonna start with this. So pretty much what we do at this point, you can take, this is usually like the brush you use if you wanna put some barbecue sauce on chicken or something when you're grilling. Pretty much what we're gonna do, we're just gonna lightly brush each side of our kebab with some olive oil. Doesn't have to be a lot. Now what we're gonna do is stick the kebabs into this bag. Pretty much why we do this, it's a little less messy for one. And hopefully we'll be able, our goal really is to make sure that we coat each side with an even amount of the suya powder. All right, y'all. So we have pretty much coated all the Chinchinga that we're gonna start with. Now we're gonna go take it into the oven. Remember, it's been preheating on low broil for some time.
We have to give them. Rude and style, we are give them. Fire can cool, we have to give them. Fire can cool, you know. I got to represent, you know. Give them. Rude and style, we are give them. Fire can cool, we have to give them. Fire can cool, you know. I got to represent, you know. You know, see how me I give it.
Alright, so I really feel like since this is Chip's channel, I should be using some of his famous catchphrases, right? So, in the words of Chippin, it's about to go down.
Down, down. About to go down.
Alright, bye-bye. Alright, so it's been in the oven for a few minutes now. So we're pretty much just gonna turn it. Safety first, always use your tongs if you can, just so that we can turn it. At this time, it really depends on, you know, your time constraints, stuff like that. Oh, ignore that tomato. It's okay, we'll still eat it. You can set it to high if you like, for it to cook faster. Or, you know, still keep it on low if you want to have better control of how fast the meat cooks.
Fire can cool, you know. I got to represent, you know. Give them. Rude and style, we are give them. Fire can cool, we have to give them. Fire can cool, you know. I got to represent, you know. Give them. If it is a dance, you are dance, yo. Give them. If it is a fire, you are blaze, boy. Give them. If it is a school, you are look fun. Give them. Give them. Give them. Give them. Give them. If it is a dance, you are dance, boy. Give them. If it is a blaze, you are blaze, yo. Give them. If it is a school, you are look fun. Give them. Give them. Give them. We have to give them. Rude and style, we are give them. Fire can cool, we have to give them. Fire can cool, you know. I got to represent.
All right, we're all done. This is how the finished product will come out. We garnished it with some raw onions and some of the peppers. I think there's some tomatoes in there too. Thank you so much for tuning in. You guys will be able to enjoy this recipe as much as my family has, and you know, pretty much everyone around the world, or at least back home, has enjoyed. So if you'll excuse me, I am going to have a bite. That's good.
Fire can cool, you know. I got to represent, you know. Give them. If it is a dance, you are dance, yo. Give them. If it is a fire, you are blaze, boy. Give them. If it is a school, you